One really important part of placing roulette bets is to make sure you are using the right progression for your chosen bet size. We have all seen the standard martingale, where you double your previous bet if you lose. This is usually used for the even money bets like red and black, or any set of 18 pockets. Some people use the Fibonacci sequence for the dozens or 12 pocket sets, where you follow the pattern of adding the last two bet values together to make the progression sequence. The martingale strategy means you only ever win back your original stake, no matter how many progression levels you play. The Fibonacci sequence is much better. However, it's almost at the opposite end of the scale, in the sense it's a bit aggressive, reducing the number of levels you can play before hitting a table limit. As you are probably painfully aware, even if you can afford 8 or 9 levels on the martingale, or say 15 levels on the Fibonacci, you can still run into problems when a bet runs away from you. Look out for our Why Clockwork Roulette Systems Fail video that covers that topic in a lot of detail. So, calculating an accurate progression for different size bets, or trying to work out a progression that will fit a specific number of levels, can be tricky and time-consuming. For wagers less than 18 pockets, our progression calculator will help you to design a sequence of bets that can extend the number of levels you can afford to play for. It will help you understand the benefits of playing smaller bets with longer runs and assist you in creating a session plan to suit your budget. And it's available for a short while in the free members area on our website. So, let's run a few examples. These bets are all calculated on a percentage return of the total amount invested, so for now, we're just going to set that to 10%. The first field is obvious. It's the number of pockets you are betting on, so let's choose 12 for now, so we can compare this to the Fibonacci sequence. Chip value is again obvious, but its spread type we will need to explain in more detail. Let's keep it simple for a minute and choose per set. You can see the calculator only goes so far, which covers most table limits. Our return on investment, or ROI, fluctuates a bit to use the minimum chips possible, but it won't go below the 10% we set earlier. So, you can see a £200 stake would give us 11 levels here, while the Fibonacci would only get to 10. You can experiment with the percentage to squeeze in some extra levels. Now let's look at the spread type in more detail. The first example we used was per set, so obviously it's the equivalent of putting one chip on a dozen, for example. The per pocket option, as again self-explanatory, and you would need to use this option if you are working out a bet on the racetrack. The subsets allow you to move away from a standard dozen and get a bit more creative with your strategy. For example, 2 subsets will allow you to cover 2 lines to make up 12 pockets. With 3 subsets, you could cover some corners. 4 subsets would allow you to cover 4 streets. I'm sure you have got the idea by now, but be careful. If you chose 5 subsets, the calculator will give you the answer, but it's impossible to cover 12 pockets equally with 5 chips. So it's not that clever and relies on your knowledge to choose the correct settings for what is and isn't possible. Of course, 6 subsets would allow you to play 6 splits. If you are monitoring the data on the wheel, then 6 splits can be a very effective strategy, which I'm sure we will cover in another video at some point. You could always look for a table with a smaller minimum chip value, say 20 pence, and you will see the bets recalculate as you would expect. Play around with the settings for yourself. Just remember, it will allow you to create bets that are impossible to place chips for. Try different bet sizes with different percentage returns, and you will be surprised how many extra levels you can squeeze out of the smaller bets. So there you go, a simple tool to help you play bets of any size in any configuration. It's ideal to help you create a meaningful session plan. We would love to know what you think of the calculator, so please leave us a comment below. See you in the next video.